Don't forget that you can join the official Discord server today. Link is in the description below.
Greetings and salutations, fellow anti-ABM members. Durant here with an important update on our movement. First, as some of you may know, Internet AJ has finally agreed to make a video against ABM. It's been 9 long months, but it seems that we're finally reaching the home stretch of our goal. But today, I want to bring more special attention to one of our members. One of our more omnipresent members, unfortunately. After discussing it with our team, we have all decided to come to the conclusion that we wouldn't be letting DF Network be an official member of the Anti-ABM team. Now, this wasn't an easy decision to make for most of us, but enough was enough. We decided it was time to let him go. Now, I know what you're thinking. Durant, why would you ever think about kicking out a member? Didn't you say you guys needed all the help you can get? That, my friend, is precisely the problem. DF hasn't helped our movement in the slightest. He is literally just there. And for someone that's always so omnipresent, that is not what we want or need out of a member of our movement. Compare DF Network to some of our most recognizable members in the Anti-ABM team. You have our main leaders like me, Mega Mike Swagger, and TPA Studios, our meme lords like Black Yoshi and Jabanyan, my bestie Cute Yoshi Lover, and Baby Yoshi and friends, and members who have been directly attacked and or abused by the Petter brothers, like Vester and friends, and Laura Williams, and of course, Anime Girl Me. All of the channels I've mentioned before all have or had something to do with Anime Girl Me, whether they be former fans or people who never liked them that much to begin with. DF Network, on the other hand, has no real ties with ABM, or none that are known, and joined literally out the hell out of nowhere. As I've mentioned before, I briefly met him in a StreamYard chat hosted by Black Yoshi and Jabanyan, and got to know him more in one of Anderson's streams. When I first saw he and Anna's troubled relationship, I just thought he was maybe an over-passionate fan that just got a little carried away and wanted to make things right. In fact, Anna in that stream, Anna herself wanted to give him a chance. So I didn't mind him too much. But then came my second Anti-ABM member chat. The first chat both he and Anna joined, where I finally got to see an idea of the justifications of why Anna wants DF, and he showed his horrible drawings of her, the Koopa Link, and his sister Gabby. Along with claiming her plushies of Iggy and Callie, two characters Anna has incredible attachment to are his best friends, while announcing he's getting his own, and overall just being a nuisance to the point where even I was starting to get annoyed. In fact, at one point afterwards, Anna actually wanted me to mute him and denied him the chance to see her TikToks. Looking back, I really should have kicked him out, but because I'm too nice, I kept him in. Though honestly, it probably wouldn't matter anyway, because after that stream, Anna actively dreaded being in a StreamYard chat with DF. As made evident in my latest stream when JC, Super Mario Rock 100, and TPA told me that in one of Anderson's streams, Anna begged him not to let DF in the call thanks to his cursed drawings. However, I didn't know that until the latest stream, but what I did discover was when I found out that DF Network was 23 years old when the second Meet the Heroes of Anti-ABM video was in development. At that point, I finally realized something had to be done, that his ATM obsession has gone too far, and it had to end ASAP. At this point, this was his last chance to cut the crap or be kicked out. I wasn't fully committed to banishing him, that was definitely reaching that breaking point, as his obsession was dangerously equivalent to a simp, and the age gap made it worse. So I warned him at the very beginning of the video just to get the memo. Though truthfully, I don't know nor think he got it, as he never responded to my warning, as he never said anything about it. In fact, he never said anything about ending his obsession until he was on the verge of being kicked to the curb. As soon as I was told of DF's real reason for joining, taking into consideration what all that led up to, I knew that we couldn't afford to keep him around anymore. Especially since he's one of the main reasons why Anna hasn't appeared in any of my StreamYard chats beyond the second one. But even if we put that aside, he has done absolutely nothing worthwhile for our movement. When speaking with DF Network, you're only going to get one of two topics. Something that has at least a small inch of relation to Anna, or something that has nothing to do with our movement. In fact, for the longest time to my knowledge, in the whole 2 months that he's been with us, DF Network is the only prominent member or member that most people unfortunately knew that has never initiated any talk of ABM at all. Not even in our Discord server. Even some of our minor members have initiated discussions about ABM. Now I know what you're thinking right now. Come on, Durant. There's no way DF joined just to be with Anna. Perhaps his motive was more complex than what it's led to. Since he's so obsessed with Anna, maybe he joined the Anti-ABM team to avenge her. And to that I say, that's actually not a bad assumption. Now, say if that were his real reason to join, that would have actually been pretty admirable. But there are 2 problems with that claim. 1, even if DF genuinely wanted to avenge Anna, that does not give him the right to harass her constantly. And 2, I would believe it if it weren't for the fact that DF Network initially knew absolutely nothing about the abuse Anna's faced. In the comment section of Anna's interview with Mike Swagger, link in the description, there is not a single comment in there that belongs to DF. And watching that video is the biggest priority for any AGM fan that wants to get back at ABM for what they did to her. In fact, in the second member chat, DF wasn't even there when Anna reminded our viewers of the abuse she faced when she was an ABM fan. In fact, the only time she brought it back up when DF joined was when Charlie Failsix thought Anna felt bad for Isaac, which, while as blasphemous as it is, I can't fully blame him for, since Andy's the one who gets most of the hate, and he was a fairly new member who didn't know the whole story at the time. In fact, he didn't even say anything when she made that reminder, or when she partially flipped out, and Charlie Failsix said that ABM's parents were irresponsibly trying to hide their sons from any shame, when I brought up how they never questioned Andy and Isaac having an underage girl, aka Marcella, in their house. Which is pretty inexcusable when you consider how instrumental she is to DF joining us in the first place. Had Anna stayed silent in the shadows and not come out with her traumatic story about her time as an ABM fan, DF would have never have joined, nor would he have a motive to join, because he doesn't care about our movement at all. And he didn't care until Anna truly started contributing. All he wanted was to be with Anna, and nothing more. But let's go back to talking about his obsession. As I said before, it's been confirmed that DF Network is 23 years old, making him a grown-ass man at this point. However, Anna has confirmed in the second member chat that she had yet to turn 18, as she is still only 17 years old. A grown man with an unhealthy, toxic relationship with an obsession with a 17-year-old girl, aka a minor who never knew when to quit. I know I've seen this kind of kind of behavior before, but I can't quite put my finger on who it was. Oh, wait! That's right, I remember now. It was from Anti-ABM, our sworn enemy. And if memory serves me correct, the F Network was someone who joined the movement who was extremely against him and the crimes that they have committed. The irony. In case you haven't pieced it all together, DF Network is guilty of the exact same damn thing we've all condemned ABM doing, being a pedophile. It's like they say, his actions speak louder than words. He may have claimed to truly be one of us, but with how very little he contributed to our movement, it wasn't hard to see through the BS. It was just a matter of when we would see through it. What makes it worse is that prior to my second Meet the Heroes list, he has been told to stop, and not by Anna. In one of Anderson's streams, failed streams, mind you, DF was told that Anna does not like him and she hates his drawings, and yet he failed to get the picture, nor did he ever say he would stop. And again, it took him until he was on the verge of being kicked out that he decided to stop. Now, I'd like to bring more attention as to why I was so hesitant to kick DF Network out. During my teen years, I was technically, I'm still a teen since I'm only 18. I grew very, very afraid to make enemies. I was always trying to get the people I interacted with to like me. So afraid of making people hate me. Especially when it's someone I considered a friend, which is part of why I didn't want to kick him out. My anxiety of making an enemy out of someone who's part of the same community I was part of. But I knew if someone was doing something I don't like and is morally wrong, I had to tell them to seize it. And as I got to know DF way more than I wanted to, the more I was starting to lose respect for him, and the more I felt like he needed to go. But I didn't want to immediately jump to that conclusion because I thought he genuinely meant well. That is, until I was made aware of his true intentions of joining us, realizing what it all led up to and how I let him get away with it because I genuinely thought he was a good guy, that he wasn't making anyone too uncomfortable or even trying to. But I knew I couldn't afford to let him stay after what he's done, and what he should have been doing, but didn't do. We don't have an official team leader of the Anti-ABM team, but if there was anyone who should kick DF Network out, it would have to be someone who commonly welcomes new members to the movement with welcome arms and tries to see the best in everyone. In other words, me. I was the one who let him stay and welcomed him with open arms out of the pure kindness in my heart. So I decided that it was my responsibility to get him out and make up for my ignorance. So I talked with TJ Moore, the creator of the Anti-ABM Discord server, to ban DF Network, and that he did. After DF's banishment, most of us have severed our ties with DF, never to let him back in again. And now I can proudly say that DF Network will no longer be allowed in our movement again. He was many things. He was a simp who never knew when to stop until we had to step in and tell him. A pedophile who constantly obsessed over a 17-year-old girl who clearly did not want someone like him in her life, everything he had been through, and a hypocrite for hating ABM while being the exact same thing we hate ABM for. And he was all of those things, and possibly more. But the one thing he never was, is, or will ever be again, is a true anti-ABM member. And I couldn't be happier to finally get him out of here. It wasn't easy, but I did it. But if there's one thing that did come out with our time, if there's anything our time with DF taught all of us, It's the importance of being more cautious of who we let join us. For the longest time, the only qualification someone needed to join the anti-ABM team was to not be an anti-bromine fan. Until DF Network came, we never considered the possibility of having a member whose only goal was to talk to someone they idolized. And that was a goal DF has now accomplished. But now, at the cost of everyone in our movement hating him. Here's myself included. Here's hoping that we can be more cautious of who we let in our movement for as long as our movement goes on. Before I wrap this video on behalf of the anti-ABM team, I want to apologize not to just Anna, but to anyone out there who had genuinely felt uncomfortable when DF was with us. I genuinely and truly do feel bad for letting that rat persist in our movement for as long as he did. And now you can rest assured that he will never be allowed in here again. No matter how many times he'll try to sneak back in. Hey there, Durant here. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. Links to social media will also be down in the description below. Until next time, this is Durant, signing out. Peace.